Morning. Hope everybody's having a good day. Today I was going to talk about the anatomy of the chain and the notorious back bump and why people ask you to use front loop and back loop only. And see how that helps you in any way. But before we get into all that, please like, subscribe, and share to my video. I said it in my first video that originally this was supposed to be a duo, me and my friend Bonnie. You know, I live in Oklahoma, and she lives in Ohio, so we can't just go over to one another's house and do videos together, although I wish I could, but we can't. And the only way we will be able to do that together would be to get the subscribers up. But, so please like, share, and subscribe to my videos, and, ask other people too, whatever. I appreciate it. And I wanted to talk about the fact that I have certain things that I plan on talking about, but if you have, say hi, Blue, if you have a question or you need to ask a question, just ask in the comment, and I'll probably check the comments. I'm not gonna, I can't 3 months from now come back and look at all the comments on every video, so it'll probably be like a week. I'll look at the videos and check the comments and try to address any of the questions that you give me. I'm in an open area, so Blue's just going to be showing up. So you might as well meet Blue. This is Blue. He's my brat. And if he knew he was going to be seen by people, he wouldn't be in here. He's like, anytime somebody comes over, he's gone. But he'll be popping in and out of these videos, I'm sure. And my allergies are still acting up, so you're just going to have to deal with me having a snotty nose and tears. Actually, I constantly got some kind of allergy because I'm allergic to every dang thing, it seems like. Anyhow, I wanted to get into the anatomy of the chain. Cute, huh? The anatomy. The anatomy of the chain. And what is with the notorious back bump? This is a chain that I crocheted earlier. And this is the anatomy of this chain. You got your front and back loops there. See the V's? Now, this side is your back loop, and this side is your front loop. Well, can you see it? This side is the back loop. This side is the front loop. And then you have these bumps in the back. You see these little bumps back here? Sorry, let me point to them. Do here, these bumps. Those are the notorious back bumps. And the reason that people say to crochet into these back bumps on your starter chain is because it gives it a cleaner edge. Well, they don't really explain what they mean by cleaner edge. By a cleaner edge, here's what I did earlier. By a cleaner edge, they mean it looks like it has been crocheted. See, it has the V's, the front loop and the back loop on both sides now, because I used the back bump only when I was crocheting that. And that is what they mean by a cleaner edge. If you don't use that back bump, what you'll have is on your work, you'll have two rough edges, you'll have a crocheted edge, and then you'll have your starting edge, which is just front loops only, frosted. It won't be both. And that is why they tell you to do the back loops, the back bump only on that starter chain. So these two edges appear the same, and these two edges appear the same. Now, if you're going to put a border on it, you'll go around, you'll crochet all the way around anyway. So you're going to put that back border on it, that border around it. The back bump really isn't that important because you're going to crochet around anyway. But if you're not, you should use the back bump. Now, for the front loops and the back loops only in these patterns, there is many reasons why they would ask you to do that, and I'll show you a couple as we go along. And she's got a couple of specialties on her. And the back loops. On this one, I crocheted around it and I was using front loops only. But later I went in and I used these back loops to that row to connect the body. And then the body works its way up. But doing it this way, it's all one piece. It's not two pieces that need sewn together. Then there's this area of her tail that I did. What I did was I crocheted across in the front loops only, fastened off, then I went back and crocheted across in the back loops only. And then you do it the same, so you have two pieces that are one piece that way. And you don't have to sew it together. You don't have to make two individual pieces, and you don't have to sew it together. So that is two of the reasons why they would tell you to use back loops only. Now, there's another reason on her, but I'm going to show you on the sea serpent because it's easier to see. Let me pull her down for you. Now, on here, you see these grooves? That is caused by doing I did front loops only, and then I went up 2 rounds and I did back loop of that round that I'm working on, and then the back loop of the round that I only did the front loops only on. And what you do is you go through the back loop of the one you're working, then you go through that back loop of the one previous row or 2 rows, whatever row it was, and you go through, pull the yarn up, and then you crochet it together, and it causes that ridge there. That ridge right there. Now that ridge has a couple different reasons for being used. One, it looks pretty cool, I think, but the other is it actually curves it. So this is a natural curve in it, that it don't have to be shaped, it's naturally curved. She also has it on her neck, and using it on her neck will bring her head, the neck up. Every time you do it, you're pulling two rows together, which is pulling up. So it's pulling her neck up. It's also the technique I used when I was making the Medusa doll. her tail has these in it, and we did these, it pulled the body up. Now, you also have this technique for using the back loops only. It causes the ridges, and what you do is you crochet back loops only across one, chain one, turn, then you crochet again, back loops only. And you do this all the way, and it causes these ridges like this in it. It gives you that didn't feel or whichever you're using it for. You also can use these on the dragon patches on their chest. You can use them for this, fins, wings. You'll use that technique on quite a few things, especially if you get into the fairy tale stuff like me and fables and stuff. So, yeah, that is all the reasons why you would use the back loops and front loops only. Well, there's probably more reasons, but those are the ones that I have examples for right here. You know, all these are made of you running the back loop only, and these are all back loop only, and then this is a combination of 2 back loops. But I hope that this helps you to understand why we patterns ask for front or back loop. Now, I'm not going to say that I know exactly without seeing the pattern of what it will do for you, but these are just the things that I have for examples in front of me right now to show you. But there are lots of different reasons why people would say do this, do that. But I hope that this clears up any questions you might have had about using the front loops and the back loops and why. But now, traditionally, doing origami, you use both loops unless specified otherwise. I had to ask that question because I didn't know when I first started making origami. I was like, do I use 1 loop, 2 loops? How many loops? Of course, Bonnie answered that one for me pretty quick. Yeah, you use both loops. Like, okie dokie. But she's very knowledgeable. But I don't, some of the things you might need to know, I might not know that you need to know. So if you have a question, and put it in the comments, and I'll read the comments for the first week. I can't keep reading over the comments on videos. So if you got a question, go to my newest video and post it in the comments, because I'm only going to go over the comments for about a week and see if anybody's asked questions. And it depending on how many comments, whether I even see it. So it wouldn't be because I'm ignoring you, it's just as there's so many. So if you have a question, put it in the comments, and I will see if I can address that for you and get you the knowledge that you're seeking. But I said, when you start getting 100 videos, I can't look at all of them, so I have to limit the time that I will go through them. So if you got a question, the best thing to do is probably go to the newest videos. The newest video I put up and ask the question. And I don't know, there's a lot of different things that people could ask, but I'm not going to pretend to know what's going through your head. But if you need to know, just put it in my newest video in the comments, and I will go through and look at it and see. And another thing is, you know, YouTube is a good tool for learning things, but not all these videos give you all the information that you need. Example, when I was learning to make the doll hair, I watched a video and it told me what to do. I did what it said. I got the yarn out of the oven because you bake the hair. Funny, huh? Anyway, you bake the hair, and I got the hair out, and it was dry, and I went and started to pull it off the needle I had it on, and it wasn't curled. It was not curled. It was just as straight as a board. And I was like, what's going on? So then I went and said, well, this woman don't know what she's talking about. And I went on another video. Well, the first woman said, you bake it for 45 minutes. And I went on another video because the first time it didn't work. So I'm watching the video, and the woman's telling me pretty much the same thing, except she's saying that you only need to bake it for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, it's 15 minutes or until it's dry. I'm like, okay, well, she's right. It takes about 15 minutes. So I take it out, I start unraveling it, and it is not curled. I'm like, ugh. So I start getting aggravated, and I walk off. And at some point, I decided, well, fine, I'll just use straight hair. I'm not going to keep messing with this, and it's not working because I thought, well, it may have been the yarn I was using, but it wasn't the yarn I was using. It was acrylic yarn, and you got to use acrylic. They're saying, I haven't tried it, but they say you can't use cotton, so I haven't tried it, but I may try it and see, but I'm pretty sure you probably can. Everybody else is saying you can't, so. But the acrylic does work. But there was critical information that they left out of these videos. On both of them that I watched. Not just one, on both. And the critical information that they left out was, after I got mad and stormed off, I came back a couple hours later, and I was like, to hell with it, I'm gonna throw it in the trash. So I started unwinding it, and you know what? It was curled. It's like, what? So they left the part of let it cool before you take it off the needle or the dowel or whatever you're using. So that's information that needs to be in that video, that you got to let it cool first. But none of them were saying that you had to let it cool first, that I seen anywhere. So now you know, if you're making doll hair, you watch these videos on making doll hair, that you need to let it cool before you attempt to unwind it, because it's not going to be curly until it's cooled. I'm guessing it just needs to set up and cool off. Yeah, I guess it's like curling your hair, you know. If you start tugging on it and stuff while it's cooling, then it just falls back out. My hair is a mess lately. It's gotten really thin and fine, and my hair has always been coarse, but it's like real fine now, and it's not, I look like Hagrid. It don't look like that if I curl it, though. Curl calms down if it's curled, but I just don't do much curling on my hair. I wore more makeup in this week than I've worn in the last 3 years doing these videos. It's not something that I traditionally do. I'm a country bumpkin. I live out here in the boonies, and the end of my road is a nature reserve, so it's just not something that I go out of my way to do normally. But guess I'll start because I'm not getting on this camera without some makeup on. Sorry, guys. I don't want to scare y'all. Anyway, it's my point on the doll hair and stuff is that not all of these videos give you the entire story. So just know that if it don't work out, maybe try and go find another video, or you can, ask me in comments if you think it's something I know. Now, if it's got anything to do with blankets, clothing, I won't know nothing to do with that because that's just not something that I get into. That is more of a Bonnie question. Bonnie does all the clothes and stuff like that. Now, I have made a few blankets, but I made a baby blanket, I made a big blanket, and then I made a large blanket. The truth be told, it was so boring. I couldn't stand it. I only got to like Afghan size for the couch on the virus blanket, which is what I was aiming for anyway from my aunt. And because she always has an Afghan that laid across her back of her couch, and she's had the same blanket up there since I was like a little bitty, tiny little girl, and I made her one to put on hers, so she could just have more to choose from. That blanket is sentimental, I'm sure. That's why she's kept it all these years. But now she has a new sentimental blanket. So. But yeah, it's clothing thing is not my area. But if it's just a normal crochet question, I could probably answer it. But if it's like a specialty thing that they do with blankets and clothing, I'm not sure that I would be able to be the one you should ask for that. But I could help you with the origami, no doubt. And if you want to me to talk about a specific subject in here, just mention in the comments, and I will see what I can do about getting that to happen. So I imagine I will be running out of ideas pretty soon. So any of y'all's suggestions or things you would like me to talk about, just put it in the comments, and I will do my best to explain it to you as best as I can. I'm not claiming to know everything, but I do know quite a bit. Which is what I'm sure everybody else is, I don't think anybody knows everything about everything, ever. Nothing. No one. But I am pretty knowledgeable on certain things, and if I am able to help you with that, I will. But anyway, you met Blue, and I guess if you watch my videos often enough, you will get used to seeing my little critter. I have a bunch of critters, but he's my lap cat, and he don't like being too far away from me. Now, if somebody shows up, he's gone. You won't see him again until they leave. He's antisocial. If I said if he knew that all these people were watching him, he would probably have a cow. So, anyway, I've got to go get grandkids here shortly, so I am going to end this video, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Think of something to talk about, come back on. and let me know how you think I'm doing, and let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about, and I will try to address it as soon as I can. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and I will look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.